Right, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another edition of Thai Talk with Dan, the channel where we share about all of your crazy Thai girlfriend stories to better prepare men when they venture over here to Thailand and eventually fall in love. Now, quite a while back, we shared stories about a guy who came to Thailand looking for his long lost son. It was a 3-part series that seemed to do very well and people were very engaged in this guy's story. He ended up finding his long lost son, and I'm going to share the links of all 3 parts of this guy's story, and today is going to be the final part. So without further ado, stick the kettle on or grab a beer if you're on Beach Road in Pattaya and get ready for today's Thailand story. Hi Dan. Well, 3 emails and almost 100,000 combined views on your channel, and life isn't any easier for me. Well, I did the one thing I said that I wouldn't do, and that was to read the comments from part 3. And as previously mentioned, the comments were very harsh, but at the same time, I have to also agree, as I too, if the shoe was on the other foot, I would probably think the same. All I will say is the heart wants what the heart wants, and I will leave it at that. So, the long-awaited part 4, and I'm still in Thailand, albeit having to deal with visa issues. This time around, I will try and not only explain my situation, but hopefully in such a way that it explains more of the situation being a foreigner in Thailand. So even though I'm talking about my own experience, but also the struggles for me and millions of other people that love and want to stay living here in Thailand. Now let's start where things ended over a year ago. Where does the time go? Life seems to run quicker in Thailand. I was in Laos recovering from the motorbike accident, and the Thai lady had returned back to Thailand, and after the few days spent together, things were somewhat back to the way that they were before. Still in pain, but managing to get by, and having by this time been in Laos for about 7 weeks, I had befriended a guy from Canada who was backpacking across Asia. Now, after lots of talking, he managed to convince me to join him going more north into Laos to do the 3-day motorbike loop. After lots of convincing, I agreed, and even though the PTSD from the previous crash still frightened me, we booked the bus tickets and we left. Now, I won't bore you with all the details, but getting back on a bike was the right decision, as getting about on a motorbike is much better than dealing with scam taxi drivers. So we both hire bikes and start the tour. The next day, after I have tested out my confidence riding, we set off. Within 10 minutes, the strap holding my bags on the back of the bike, it broke, and one of my bags fell to the ground. And before I have time to react, the car driving behind me towing a trailer which drives over my laptop bag. Well, nobody was hurt, so no big problem, other than now having to use my phone for everything, which isn't good, as you will probably understand having a YouTube channel. So the motorbike loop tour, other than the laptop getting smashed, goes off without any issues, apart from what normally takes people 3 days, took us over a week, because my top speed was very slow, still being nervous on the bike. So the motorbikes got returned, and I managed to see how beautiful Laos was, which is what I had wanted from the start. By now, my visa was ending and I had already done 3 previous extensions and my time in Laos was over. And my friend from Canada carried on with his journey north and I crossed back into Thailand at the Nong Khai border. Now, I had been feeling very sick a few days leading up to the crossing. And after I crossed, I just wanted to rest for a day or 2 before making my way back to Sisaket. In an effort to cheer myself up, I booked into a much nicer place, the sort of place for Lang stay, not one of these cheap basic places I had stayed in the whole time being in Asia. My mistake, and yes, I have made many of them over the years, was starting up talks with the lady from Mukdahan. Now, over the weeks leading up to this point, I had lots of time to think and speak with my new friend and my reasons for being in Thailand and the dream I had coming back. I now have a much better understanding of my own situation, having spoken to many men that are married or planning to marry a local girl. What I'm about to remark on is, to me, at least crystal clear. But if you are stinking rich, pay no attention to this next part. But if you are like so many people that's right, not just men, but ladies too find themselves coming to a crossroads when it comes to planning or starting a long-term life here in Thailand. Now, once you have more than a liking for Thailand and you fall in love with either the country or one of its citizens or both, you find yourself thinking about visa issues and long-term plans. My options, like so many people, are limited. Sure, I can keep leaving Thailand and just return, but the cost of travel and places to stay soon add up very quickly. And my budget was never meant for traveling. It was for starting a new life for me and my son. Now, for all the trolls from my last video, I was not absent from my son's life for 16 years. It was since 2020, during COVID, and me stupidly deleting Facebook. Sorry, back to the soap opera, which is my life story. I had shortly before leaving Laos, I had started sending texts to the lady from Mukdahan. She had not really done anything bad to me, and things kind of ended okay. The college was closed and so was her shop, so she's at a loose end and I need to pass by her town on my way back to Sisaket. Now, there was no real talk of any romance, just 2 friends talking and trying to help each other the best way we know how. She invites me to stay in the same place as her, which is a long-term guest house. I had missed talking daily with her, even though my eyes are open to the red flags. I just kept telling myself, she is a good, hard-working girl with a good heart. So, I catch the bus to Mukdahan and she comes to pick me up. We return to her place and settle in together, although she is saying it's not possible for me to be in the same room as her, but I stay with her nonetheless. The first few days we pick up from where we finished, albeit that no talk of romance, more of a partnership of 2 people trying to be nice to each other and help when needed if possible. I'm an open book most of the time, and like most people, I can talk about myself for hours. So she knew all about my reasons for coming to Thailand, and that plan never involved finding new love, but trying to repair and make up for lost time with my son. Yes, I admit I'm a simp. I didn't give much thought as to how I would stay long term, or more importantly, open a shop of some sort for me and my son to support us both. This had been building up to this point for many months, and as many people will already know, Thailand is the same as most countries. It has very strict immigration laws. I personally believe around the 1960s, some very smart person in Thailand realized that the biggest asset Thailand has, apart from the beaches and the weather, is lots of people, more importantly, lots of good-looking ladies. I think that these smart people worked out the best way to benefit from this new and ongoing phenomena. Now, I don't have the statistics myself, but I don't think it took Thailand long to work out the best way to exploit all the people coming to Thailand and falling for a local person. Sure, times change. I can remember a time in the late 80s and 90s of documentaries being made about Thai bride agencies helping men find love in Thailand. Now, sure, Thailand has lots of people and some families that come for holidays and the odd person that finds work here, but the vast majority are men looking for, let's face facts, what Thailand is known for: the hot, sexy girls. Rig workers with lots of money and time off from work, I know was, and probably still is, a massive driving force behind this taking off to what it is now. Thailand is no different from most other countries. It has rules, and that's that. When it comes down to it, I originally thought, but now after speaking to several men that are married to a local, and some of them for many years, is still finding the visa aspect of living in Thailand a headache, even if they are married. You, as an outsider, will, as it seems, never be off that hook. Now, the 30-day tourist visa is perfect for most. Just coming for a holiday, just stick to the 3-day rule, and none of this is relevant. But we all know that hundreds of thousands of people find love in Thailand every year. You first love the country and its hot weather every day of the week, almost 365 days a year. Then you find a beautiful new lover and you start to hate the thought about going back to your home country. What was 30 days is now 60 at the moment, but talk about it. Going back to 30 days is on the cards. No matter 30 or 60, soon enough you will have to leave the country. Sure, you might do as many people do and cross the border and return, which myself did for my first 2 times coming to Thailand. But back then it didn't matter, as I knew I would return back to the UK. Basically, guys, my point is that the visa laws benefit and help these ladies we find ourselves falling for in a massive way. They know sooner or later every non-Thai person will, no matter if married or not to a local, you will have a trip to immigration at some point, and unless you are stinking rich and can afford to pay agencies, then you will be going in person. Now, having stayed in the same place in Savannakhet, Laos border with Mukdahan, Thailand, it was daily. Other guests would come back after visiting the Thai immigration, angry and upset about all the hoops and obstacles stopping them from returning back to a loved one in Thailand. The current figures around tourism makes up around 20 to 25% GDP, but that figure is, I believe, probably more near 40 to 50% when you include all the money being spent, or should I say invested, into Thailand, as I'm sure that the mindset of all the men thinking about making Thailand their home. Now, sure, times have changed and Thailand has all sorts of new visa options, but traditionally, the vast majority are from men looking to stay long term. Now, put it this way, not that it's all that likely to happen, but say, for example, a person from Thailand came to stay from the West, maybe UK or USA, on a holiday and fell in love. They too would not be able to stay long term. So same, but very different when it comes to marriage. For the UK at least, that person could return home and you can then marry that person and apply for a marriage visa and it gets granted and then it's job done. He or she will be able to stay with you in the West without having to jump through any more hoops. Not so in Thailand. Truth be told, I don't think Thailand or even the ladies we fall for care. They are happy that you have to leave and reapply for a visa to return. It's better for the girl, as instead of having one sponsor boyfriend, she can now have as many, as none of them will be able to stay all year round. The immigration system is helping, and if you ask me, designed purposefully to make money from all the men coming or finding love here in Thailand. Now, I have spoken to men from the West that are married and have kids and been living in Thailand for over 12 years, and still they have to report to immigration, and the wife has the power to make that aspect of your life a massive concern. Still, even after so many years, one report or allegation of abuse towards your Thai family, you will find out very quickly that Thailand will turn its back on you, and you will be fighting an almost guaranteed losing battle in court.
Good luck.
Now, like most countries around the world, having lots of money will help, but it's still no guarantee that things will run smoothly. So, fall in love with a local and be prepared to have to deal with immigration every year at best, more likely before getting married. This is the situation most people find themselves in, which Thailand and most likely the bar girl wants. As before mentioned, it gives them options to have more than one lover that crosses their path, but will never cross.
Number 1, money.
I have literally seen this happening with my own eyes multiple times. A girl from, say, northeast Thailand will work and live in a tourist hotspot, have a man fall in love with her. The man wants her all to himself, and then he asks her to stop working. He may be lucky and have lots of money at the time and wants to stay in that hotspot. More often the case is she will say she wants to return back to her home, and often the man will think, great, I have my new sexy Thai lady, so no more need to spend money chasing after the girls anymore, and it's time to go back to the village and settle down.
Are you crazy? Or just plain stupid?
Stupid as stupid does, Mrs. Blue.
I guess.
Now that's the point when you find out the system isn't about to help you stay, and it's, in my opinion, designed to keep, let's say, the average Joe, which I myself am, and then guys will have to do visa runs or have to spend 20,000 baht on agencies to help fake the 600k you need to show every year in your bank just to show immigration. I wish that in my life I could just keep 600,000 baht just sitting in the bank just to show them. Now, the reason I'm mentioning all this about immigration and visa issues is because you can't have one without the other. And these girls play dumb. They know this, and it can and does help many of them have multiple boyfriends, or should I say, sponsors. Now, it's not a rigged system. It's not too different from most other countries. But how many of them countries, once married, immigration and visas are then a thing of the past? All of them, I think. Now, I'm not an immigration expert, but I think once married to a foreigner from a different country, that person is then treated almost as if they have become a citizen of that same country. Same, but very different in Thailand. So be prepared for lots of expense, stress, and from what I have seen, headaches too. Now, getting Thailand's citizenship is very, very, very rare. And apart from the cost, you will need to be able to read and write Thai. And let me tell you straight, writing Thai is not easy. The reason I mention this is because having planned to stay and build a life for myself and my half-Thai son wanting to stay long term. Now, my son's mum moved on with her life after I couldn't work following my mini stroke and being out of work. If I was her, I would have probably done the same. So that bridge is closed and no hard feelings. Now there's one small missing part from my previous stories and the subsequent videos that I didn't mention before. I had brought with me from the UK any and all documents from when I was with my son's mum in the UK. Some parts of my son's birth certificate didn't match, so once again my suspension was raised. After I found my son, about a few months later, I asked him and his mum to help me with applying for a parental visa. Now, immigration had advised me this would be the best option as I now don't have a Thai partner. So I asked for my son to come to the local council office to get the application underway. Easy, I thought, just take my son and ID and the rest should be easy. Now, nothing seems to be easy in Thailand other than finding pleasure bunnies to fall in love with. So I collect my son and we go to the council office and explain the situation. He asked for something called a house book, which I believe shows his address as a form of ID. I assume anyway, he doesn't have this document, so nothing happens. All that did happen was my son then wanted me to take him to open a new bank account for some strange reason, which still I'm not sure why, as he already had one. He more than likely thought I would put money in. Again, as in the council office, he didn't have the paperwork he needed, so they can't help him. Long story short, that visa option has been and passed, as he's no longer classed as a child. So I return him back home to the temple, and that's my last time my son has seen me or spoken to me. Now I finally had a message from his mum saying that his phone is broken and he can't answer me. When I first met him, he had 2 phones, and now I'm being told he wants a new phone. I smell BS. His phone is broken and he can't respond. So I go to the temple, making sure to do my best to look different to my normal look as to help him to not recognize me. After about 2 hours, I see him, and no surprise, he is using a mobile phone. So just like the bar girls, he wants money and gifts in exchange for his time. And I'm sorry to say, that is a big fat no from me. As previously mentioned, people that lie are my biggest hate, and I don't like using the word hate because to me it's a strong word, but as normal for me, I hide the pain. This did trigger me, and I later told his so-called mum that I wanted to have a DNA test. Now I never got any response, and I'm being blanked by her too. Lies are what Thais do the best, and I wouldn't trust any of them. I have lost count of the times I have told Thai people my reason for being here, and 9 times out of 10, they say the same, and that is, be very careful. That's Thai people warning me about other Thai people. I think that kind of says it all about getting involved with the locals and getting your fingers burnt. So, my visa options are as they are for most men, limited and now getting smaller, and this hopefully will fully make the whole big picture about wanting to settle down in Thailand. Unless you have money falling out of your pockets, Thailand will eat you up and spit you out without a care. So, come to Thailand, have fun, don't take anything seriously, and keep to the 3-day rule. Go home with fantastic memories, that is if you're a normal average Joe. Thailand will bend over backwards, lick your ghoulies, and do absolutely everything for you if you have lots of money sitting in your bank account. Now, you might ask, why am I still here? Well, I wanted to open a coffee shop selling wacky-backy. And hopefully, when the time came, I could hand it over to my son. And it's just that simple. It's very difficult to let go of what I wanted for us both. Instead, I have given away loads of money to people that don't care about me, and I have been lied to over and over again. But I still hope and pray I find that one Thai person that isn't a love scammer and knows that telling lies is bad and not acceptable.
Good luck.
Now, I did the one thing I said in my previous email that I wouldn't do, and that was to read the comment section. Just in case all of today's email isn't enough food for them to enjoy, I say to these people, write your comments, give your opinion if you like, as just like a-holes, everyone has one, and yours is not important to me. Now, the only reason I started on this road of sharing my life story goes back over 2 years and watching Dan's life and stories from other people that have been involved and have kids in Thailand. So unless you have some experience with Thai ladies and having kids with them, your comments are wasting your own time and not mine. So say I'm a deadbeat dad from the safety of your keyboard. I'm not perfect, and yes, my poo stinks. Maybe some of you commenting are perfect in every way. Maybe you have lots of money and your poo doesn't stink like normal people's do. If that's you, good for you. Have a happy life, and I hope your families help support you in your glass house. To all the people that have some experience like Dan, thanks for taking the time to listen to what may seem like car crash TV. I can't lie, I agree with some of the negative comments. Could I have done more to stay in contact? Probably. But having a one-way, long-distance relationship with someone half a way around the world isn't easy. And not speaking the same language, and that issue is double. Add on top of that, people that only look at you as an ATM and not a human being, then that dream of a happy long-distance relationship is, well, out the window. Now, sure, I didn't have to buy her a ticket back to Thailand when she became pregnant. I could have just kept my legal immigrant Thai girlfriend in England and dealt with all of this in a totally different way. Although unfortunately, I wasn't given my crystal ball when I was born. Now, if you think it's normal and acceptable to be treated as an ATM by others, you clearly have more money than brains. You only have to go out to any busy restaurant, or better still, night food market, and people watch. Study how Thai people interact with each other without the ATM farang around. I have seen with my own eyes time after time wives paying for meals, groups of local people chipping in together for the bill. Now, the East and West are the same. The only time that dynamic changes is when you come to Thailand. The only Thai people that seem to grasp this are those who have spent time in the West. I'm saying this to the people watching this video, not to you personally, Dan, as you fully understand what Thailand is about and you don't hold back. Now, I started to share my life with Dan and his YouTube firstly, as I didn't want him to make the same mistakes as me. Even though our stories are different from each other, I saw a man struggling, and so I felt by sharing my history, it might help. Just because we played the same game, it doesn't mean we understand all the rules. The rule book of life has never been published in Thailand. You have to make life-changing decisions miles away from what you have learned to be normal. But Thailand doesn't do normal. It has its very own ways. And unless you are Thai, you will never be accepted in the same way Thai people treat each other. Outsiders are wanted and accepted with open arms if you are flash with the cash and happy to risk it all for people that don't care about how or where the money comes from, as long as it keeps coming. Now I know I'm not the best person to give advice, but learning more Thai language slowly gives me the edge over most of you watching this, and I'm getting better each day, interacting with only Thai people, and they don't hide the fact you are only the family ATM. Just try asking a Thai lady to help you pay the bills. Like Roadrunner, all you will see is dust. Beep beep. Thailand is very, very harsh, not just towards foreigners, but towards of Thai people. Watch the news, it's almost daily someone gets murdered here. Yet, this nickname, the land of smiles, still remains. I got stopped for drink driving about 5 weeks ago when I was in Pattaya and spent 50 hours behind bars. Seeing firsthand the police deal out physical punishment to other Thai people, although shocking, you reap what you sow. Now my treat, only because I can understand about 60 to 70% of what's being said, I was put in the cell with the Thai men, not with the other Farang. Thankfully, as the Westerners' cell all got cuffed to the bars as extra punishment. So guys, if you want to be a knight in shining armour, join a cosplay group or reenactment. Thai women simply see you like a winning lottery ticket. The first chance they can stop working and spending your hard-earned money, they will.
Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Number one, you want to have in your life. Number one, money. Everything to pay. Cash.
They don't do that when they date each other. The ATM title is solely reserved for us Westerners. Westerners get treated like millionaires, so the name started come to Thailand and be a millionaire for 2 weeks on holiday. That name used to be normal, as it describes the sort of man that comes here to Thailand. Now, more recently, a new name has started, Passport Bros. Or should that be hoes? Men using where they come from as a way of getting the girls interested based from the fact you come from a Western country. Truth be told, I think I have become one over this past 2 years, having ladies jump on board me to try and win me over with aerobics is now just a big joke to me. I give no false hopes to anyone. If I'm one thing, I am brutally honest. I have lost count of the massage shops I have been to, and without any conservation, I have had the girls stripping off and riding the train that in my case leads to nothing. Now some of these women will tell me they love me afterwards. Are they mentally ill or desperately hoping you are that winning lottery ticket? No negotiation, just getting down and dirty is the only tool they have. Take that away and you will be left with absolutely nothing. Now I'm sorry Dan, this email is all over the place. The lady from Mukdahan, hardworking, yes, life partner, maybe. If I was filthy rich, I tried helping her, as I hoped we could have done business together and just dropped the fake love relationship. I listened to her needs and gave her money to help her shop, make more profit, and that didn't work out. She just used it on other things. So clever businesswoman, 100% not. Did I pay her for her time? No effing way. Did I try and help her? Help herself many times. Did she listen or care about how much I gave and tried to help? No, not once. You never see a person saying thank you to the ATM machine, only happy and nice as the money is flowing. I understand why the country is so dysfunctional. Most Thai women are being taught by the generation before them the old ways. Find a green mushroom that knows nothing about Thailand, treat him like your pet mushroom. Be the best in bed, doing all sorts on the first date to win him over. That was before YouTube and likes of Dan's channel. Thankfully, that power dynamic is shifting. I'm not saying treat these girls with any disrespect. Just know deep down, you are the ATM and you hold that power, not them. You can leave them high and dry and on the next country, as Thailand isn't the only country these passport bros go to. I'm happy in my own skin and very used to being alone, most of the time spending most of the 16 years away from my son, single, just waiting to be the family man from my own culture. That's the mistake I made getting a Thai woman pregnant without understanding about how different we are. 2 years ago, I saw Dan struggling and I opened up my own life to him. I have been as honest as I can with him and all you viewers. Personally now, my advice would be stay clear of relationships in Thailand as our two worlds do not mix together. Now, everything that you think to be normal and make sense of in the West doesn't transfer to Thailand. Simple things get complicated. Respect towards you only comes with a full bank account. And no matter how much time, money and effort you put in, gratitude will be very thin on the ground if you're lucky. Now I will wrap this one up by saying don't gamble your life savings away in Thailand. And if you want to be treated as the ATM, which they 100% don't when in relationships with Thai men, then go ahead. Please, just try not to put all your eggs into one basket. And don't gamble what you can't afford to lose, because the game in Thailand doesn't play by the same rules and you could end up losing more than just the shirt off your back. Now, I think this will probably be the last update that I give you, Dan. We had a good run, almost 100,000 views, and hopefully helped save at least one person from making the same mistakes. Keep up the fantastic job that you're doing, helping navigate Thailand and its many traps. Cheers, mate. Take care. Wow, guys. Wow. A lot to unpack in that email. This guy sounds like he's had enough. He has been through a hell of a lot. And so have I. I just know the types now not to be around. I know not to get in a relationship. I know that the best way to stay happy is to definitely stay single, unless you can find a woman with a great education, from a great family, that's got her own business, making lots of money. She's not in debt to her eyeballs, and you make it clear from the beginning, I'm not going to invest anything here in this country. If you want to come back to my own country and you want to pay half towards stuff, then maybe we can talk. But otherwise, let's just date and have fun if you want to have a relationship, you know? You don't need to cheat. You can still, you know, be together and have that kind of dynamic. But going fully fledged, you know, all in, building houses, you know, setting up businesses here and all that kind of stuff, or having kids here, it's like, yeah, it can work out very bad for a lot of guys. I speak to a lot of single fathers here in Thailand where the woman's just left them and left the kid and just done one in order to find a new happy life. They really don't care. And there's others that will use the kid to drain that foreigner's bank account. Or there's others that will just get rid of that foreigner and try to get a new supply, a new guy, normally an older guy, someone they can manipulate, they're easy to control, and get that guy to raise all of their children, as long as he's got the money. But as soon as that money runs out, that guy will be gone, and the next supply will come in. And it can be rough. You have to be extremely careful if you want to get involved in a relationship. In regards to all the visa stuff, you know, I'm not really an expert on the visa stuff. I've had a Thailand elite visa when I first come here. I bought a 5-year visa for 500,000 baht because I didn't want to have to go through all the rigmarole. And then after that, obviously I had a child, I didn't get legally married. So then I got a visa to basically support my son. And I've been on that since. And now I'm unable to see my son for no reason at all, apart from just to hurt me and cause problems. And I know that if I don't do something about it, it's going to be ongoing and it's never going to stop. And I don't feel like, let's say, guys, if I knew my son was going to be happy and mentally well and he was going to, you know, have a good future and he was going to be safe and everything was going to be okay, and I knew he wasn't going to miss me so much and it wasn't going to hurt him, then yeah, I'd leave. You know, I'd go home. I understand, no problem. I'm not doing what I'm currently about to do for me. I'm doing it for his welfare. So for his welfare, yeah, I need to go to court. I need to get something legally stamped in. So I've got him for these set days, or I've got him full time, or whatever the case may be. I need it legally enforcing, because obviously to stop me from seeing my own son, you know, for no proper reason. I'm a good dad. I've done nothing wrong to my son. I've always been a good dad. I've always been there for him. So for her to do what she's done and to not even let me speak to him on his birthday, it speaks of volumes about the type of person that I'm dealing with, and it has to be done now legally. And yeah, guys, wish me luck. Right now, I'm hitting the gym every day. I've done it for the past 3 days, no matter if I've had no sleep, doesn't matter if I feel ill, whatever, I'm going every single day, go to the gym, have a swim, get myself mentally right, stop feeling sorry for myself, don't be depressed, you know, I'm here to fight and to take care of my son. So I need to work my butt off and make as much money as possible to pay for lawyers' fees and to pay for the court fees, and get it done as fast as I can, because the longer I leave it, the more difficult it's going to be. And I built up a very good bond with my son, and I feel like with me not seeing him for the past couple of weeks, that bond's going to start to break. I mean, he's only 4 years old. Anyway, I don't want to talk about it or think about it too much. But guys, let us know what you think about anything, any part of this story. There's a lot of stuff that's gone on. I'll also put the links to the last 3 stories that he shared on the channel. It was mental. It was absolutely mental. Fighting with Russians, looking for his son, then he finds out that his son's a monk. Oh, guys, yeah, there's a lot more to his story. And yeah, this guy's been through the ringer. Now, if you want to share your own Thailand story on the channel, get your emails sent in to thaitalkwithdan@gmail.com, and I will share your story with everyone. And hopefully your story can help others not make the same mistakes as you. Not everybody's going to listen, but there will be one out of 100 that will take notice, and that's fine. At least we're doing something to help. Ciao for now. Bye-bye.